In this demonstration, I'll take you through some of our active segmentation capabilities. Segments are used to dynamically group your customers or prospects and target them with the right assortments, promotions, or discounts. But it can also be used to drive hyperlocal tactics based on customer behavior and local situations, and it can unlock or exclude specific products, merchandising, or pricing. Now let's see this in action. I'm logged into the Aforza online system and reviewing one of my accounts. I have a full 360-degree view of all the information that is recorded of this customer, including some visualized KPIs. For this scenario, we'll focus on the segmentation capabilities. So here I can see all the attributes that have been assigned to this account, either manually or driven automatically by business rules. Attributes can be of different types of nature, so can have predefined values for the attributes, have free entry, or just have things like they are true or false. I can easily add new attributes utilizing our suggested list of attributes, or just search through the whole list of available attributes. So I can choose things like, did my customers pay their invoices on time, yes or no? So this single attribute that is now assigned to the account may open up and trigger a whole bunch of capabilities to this account. Now, if you want to target a specific group of accounts, we can configure a segment leveraging these attributes and utilizing our Aforza segment builder. Here I'm in the segment builder where I have already set up some rules to define all supermarkets that are in Catalonia. By adding additional rules on these attributes, I can even make it more localized. So for instance, if we want to target all supermarkets close to the beach. So I can search for beach proximity attribute and define a rule that it needs to be less or equal to, let's say, 3. Every time that I change something in the rules, on the bottom I have a simulation utility that basically predicts the number of accounts that comply with the rules that are defined for this segment. So now I can see that 25% of my customer base is hit by this segment. If I scroll back up, I can also see that I can define on which channels this segment will be available. So in this case, on my mobile application, as well as on the online application that we're in now. I can also define who in the system, based on the role, they can have access to this segment. So I can really target it to specific users in my user base. Next to the rules, I can also drill down into related information, where I can see which commercial elements are making use of this segment. So I can see that I've defined 2 promotions that are targeted to this segment, 1 assortment, the supermarket assortment, and 2 pricing policies. I can also use active segmentation to build out targeted routes. If I click on the route tab, I can see all the accounts that apply to my segmentation rules and are part of this segment. I can either select them all or just a few to build out a route. I can give it a name and let it have it generated. This pulls it onto our mapping capability, where I can see the route here on top, which I can manage or view. If I click through on the route, it will plot it on the map, so I can visualize the route as a whole, and I can drill down into more detail if needed. At the bottom I have a quick view on the elements that make up the route. On top I can see the number of stops, the route distance, and the estimated driving time. From here I can click through on some more details on the route itself and even into individual elements. So I can see the address information, the date it was last visited, and see some contact details of the person on the account. And by clicking on the account name, I'm taken back to the details of the account. Now let me show you some more of our dynamic nature of our segmentation capabilities. To address our top customers, I've created a VIP segment based on the perfect store score or the picture of success. We see that currently our customer has a score of 8. If I navigate to the VIP customer segment, you can see that the rule that has been set up is looking for a value that is higher or equal to 9. So we look at the bottom, we see that our simulation predicts that none of our accounts currently applies to this rule. So we can either change the value of the attribute at the account if they improve their score, or we can be more flexible on the rules and say, well, let's change this value to 8. Now by changing that, we'll see that now the prediction is that our customer will become a VIP customer. So what I just showed you is the concept of changing or using attributes and dynamically pull customers in or out of segmentation. That opens up potentially a whole bunch of new things for them, like promotions, assortments, or pricing.